Welcome back to The Explainer. We are jumping right in today because we're taking a truly mind-bending journey into an ancient apocryphal text where the prophet Enoch is granted an absolutely unprecedented divine revelation. We're going to explore the origins of existence through a conversation that literally predates time itself. Just imagine, for a second, being handed the original blueprint of the entire universe. So let me ask you, what if the Creator shared a secret that even the angels didn't know? Picture yourself being pulled right out of your normal everyday life, transported completely beyond the physical world, just to hear the ultimate sacred mysteries of the universe in a deeply intimate cosmic interview. Well, that is exactly the premise of the text we're breaking down today.
Section 1. The Divine Summons, an Invitation to the Throne Room. Okay, let's dive into this. The text opens with this incredibly dramatic, completely unprecedented scene where Enoch, a mortal man, mind you, is brought face to face with the deity. Listen to this direct quote from the source. Enoch, sit down on my left with Gabriel. Think about the resonant weight of that command. Here is a mortal being invited into this highly intimate cosmic conversation, essentially being asked to just pull up a chair at the very center of all existence. Enoch is given the absolute ultimate seat of honor, placed right beside the Archangel Gabriel at the left hand of God. I really want you to visualize the staggering privilege of this moment. You've got a human prophet sitting right next to an archangel, getting ready to receive the blueprints of existence directly from the Creator before the very beginning of everything. Section 2. Secrets hidden from angels. The unshared mysteries. You see, what Enoch is about to hear is classified at the absolute highest cosmic level. These are sacred mysteries kept hidden even from the angels. The Creator tells him, "For not to my angels have I told my secret." Talk about raising the stakes. The deity is intentionally bypassing the heavenly host entirely to speak directly to this human prophet, granting him a level of secret knowledge that is just unheard of. And this brilliantly illustrates the vast, almost unbelievable gap in understanding here. On one hand, the angels don't even know their own rise, right? They don't grasp the endless realm or the actual act of creating. But Enoch is hearing the cosmic blueprint directly, today, straight from the source. It is a profound, profound contrast. Section 3. The Invisible Realm, a time before time. Let's move to the timeline and see how this builds, because the narrative now shifts to a really fascinating pre-cosmic history. Through this interview, the Creator maps out a very specific chronological process. First, dwelling alone in the invisible. Second, conceiving the actual thought of placing foundations. And third, that massive, unimaginable transition from non-being to a visible creation. The text describes this pre-cosmic state so beautifully. The Creator says, "I alone used to go about in the invisible things, like the sun from east to west." Just picture that vast emptiness for a moment. A solitary deity wandering an endless, entirely intangible domain long, long before the physical universe or even time itself was ever sparked into motion. Let's briefly break down this concept of non-being, because it's absolutely crucial for grasping the text. Non-being is simply the state of existence before the creation of the visible universe. It's the absolute 0 point, a space where literally only the intangible thoughts of the deity existed, entirely invisible and completely unformed.
Section 4. The Burden of Creation, the Restless Mind.
All right, this brings us to what I consider the real climax of the dialogue. The conversation shifts to this fascinating dichotomy, the immense burden of creation and the restless mind of God. The deity actually contrasts the sun with himself. Think about it. The sun operates in these natural, predictable cycles, experiencing peace as it moves from east to west. But the Creator, he experienced absolutely no peace. He was entirely consumed by the exhausting intellectual labor of designing existence. But even the sun has peace in itself, while I found no peace because I was creating all things. You can really feel the heavy, deliberate weight of those words, can't you? It conveys such an immense burden. There was a complete and total lack of rest involved in the intellectual labor of pulling a whole universe out of nothingness. So the crucial point is how this intellectual labor actually breaks down into these steps. Step 1, enduring that complete lack of peace. Step 2, conceiving the thought of the foundations. And finally, step 3, actually forging a visible creation. These 3 distinct steps emphasize that monumental transition from an exhausting, restless thought into a fully structured physical world. Section 5.
Witness to the origins, from thought to reality.
As we wrap up, the focus of this cosmic interview returns to Enoch, as the deity tells him, "All that I created from non-being and visible things from invisible." This final revelation just perfectly encapsulates the creator's entire journey, doesn't it? It completely ties together the core theme of our explainer today, the divine, incredibly deliberate act of pulling matter directly from the void. Now, what's really interesting about this recap is the sheer magnitude of Enoch's experience. I mean, he was a highly privileged witness, spoken to face by the Lord. He was shown finished things before the very beginning of time itself. He was granted sacred knowledge that was kept entirely hidden from the angels, and he became a direct witness to the profound intellectual burden of creation. This is exactly why this ancient text remains so utterly captivating for anyone who wants to understand early cosmological thought. Which leaves us with a final, really profound question to ponder from this cosmic interview. Was the universe born of a peaceful awakening, or from an exhaustive, restless intellectual labor? As you go about your day-to-day in this highly visible world of ours, I'd encourage you to just think about the invisible effort and the restless mind that, according to this ancient text at least, sparked the origin of all things. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I'll see you next time.